Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 1 in a series between Czech and 120. We have Czech spawning as the green Night Elf player over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, on the bottom left, we have 120 spawning as the pink Undead. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to continually get high-level replays from tournaments any longer, so a lot of the series that I may be casting in the future may be best of ones. My apologies if that is going to be the case. This is going to be of a set, though. I did want to go ahead and try and cast an older game, but still part of some sort of tournament in some way, shape, or form. Now let's go ahead and break things down in this 1v1 matchup, Undead versus Night Elf, as we may be looking at, well, Death Knight with a whole bunch of ghouls early on, going up against Demon Hunter and Archers. Now, Undead players have often gone for Unholy Aura first. Unholy Aura first alongside those ghouls makes it much easier for the Death Knight to get into position and get a surround on those Archers. Now, Archers have relatively or extremely low hit points, actually, but they do have the added benefit of some additional magic resistance, making them a little bit stronger. Against those death coils. I believe it is 245 hit points. Ghouls, on the other hand, have 340, but the ghouls do in fact deal 50% more damage because those archers have medium armor. One of those matchups that are generally in favor of the undead early on, as the demon hunter is used to perhaps try and lend a helping hand and put on a bit of protection. Now, Archer with lightning shield going to be dealing terrible damage across all of these units right here. And what's important to note is that the Archer is purposely trying to increase the speed of creeping across the board. Alright, gonna go ahead and move back across here. The Demon Hunter should be making its rounds out now, and it will end up finishing off all of these units fairly fast. There's one, there's two, finishing off another unit there, as the Ancient of War is going to open up and, well, get that Demon Hunter to level 3. Czech opening up with a level 2 Demon Hunter already. Meanwhile, the Death Knight opting to go for, it looks like it is going to be Death Coil first. Yeah, there it goes. Gets some early Death Coils off. Not quite sure if I agree with that, since Death Coils are just that important. Alright, Ghoul's going to go ahead and finish things off here. Tome of Agility has been left behind. Apprentice Wizard is looking to finish or get finished off here, as the Death Knight now looks to wander around, now sitting at level 2. Level 2 Death Knight with Claws of Attack, but not a lot of mana, surprisingly, as you see a mana burn already go down. Alright, you see a mana burn has already happened, and, well, that seems to be a little bit of a benefit, I guess, as the Demon Hunter now trying to chase after that Death Knight. Death Knight now sitting at 37 or 38 mana, not going to be able to do very much of anything. That mana is more of a liability than anything else, as it does go ahead and try to run away once more. Alright, you can see a swarm of ghouls approaching on the mini-map, and they may be able to get a good surround off on that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter most likely did tech evasion already, as we do see a Cloak of Shadows. Not quite sure why the Death Knight stopped in its tracks for just a moment. Perhaps should have been using those Cloak of Shadows, as the ghouls are now going to be finishing off this creep camp here. Alright, Death Knight now going to be wandering across. Are we going to pick up some Mantle of Intelligence? Yes, we are. Death Knight now sitting at level 2. Does have additional mana, so will be able to get Death Coils off fairly quickly now, as the Death Knight now sitting at 90 mana. Are we going to perhaps see a Death Coil heal? No, Demon Hunter still sitting at level 2. We are teching the tier 2, and there aren't that many units on the map. Alright, Death Coil mid-animation stopped. Not quite sure why he didn't use a Death Coil earlier, as that ghoul is extremely low on hit points and will get taken down. Demon Hunter continuing to pursue the chase. 3 archers and a Demon Hunter being able to push back all of these units. Quite surprising, as the Death Knight now heads back home, looks to pick up some more units here, perhaps pull off some ghouls, and perhaps try and do it a bit of an engagement. Death Knight sitting on extremely low mana, gonna have a difficult time here. Are we gonna see a skeletal minion? Yes, pop right up, and that was a good placement or a good use of that skeletal minion to make sure that the Demon Hunter couldn't get inside for that mana burn. We can see one Apprentice Wizard and one Rogue is all that is left. Death Knight goes back to read that Tome of Agility. Rogue will get taken down, and so will that Apprentice Wizard, but I do not believe level 3 will be reached. Death Knight, on the other hand, has Boots of Speed, Staff of Teleportation, as an Ancient of War has wandered around very, very far in order to try and, well, absorb and tank a lot more damage again. Death Knight now running back off to the north, may be able to finish off some targets, and now we see a bit of a chase. All right, the Kobold Taskmaster down to 186 hit points. It is taking more damage. There's a mana burn. Death Coil finish, but it gets picked up by the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter gets the shot off right there. A little bit of a lucky break. Skeletal Minions could try and run a little bit of a blocking pattern there, as the Skeletal Minion is down to 16 hit points and looks as though it may try and get into position. All right, potential surround once more. Death Knight now down to 242, and that level 2 mana burn and or level 2 evasion gonna make a drastic difference here, as the Demon Hunter now looks to back off again. Beastmaster was picked up. Beastmaster not typically the hero, maybe Beastmaster and then finally a Goblin Tinker if we do in fact get to level 3, but Devour Magic does really shut down the Beastmaster's summons. That's perhaps one of the biggest risks right there, as the Demon Hunter is now just getting absolutely surrounded, taking far too much damage than it bargained for, as the Beastmaster sits at level 1 once again. All right, really no harm done there. Moonwell just healing back up that Demon Hunter, now sitting at 725, maxed out on everything once more, as 120 is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Death Knight still sitting at level 2. Are we perhaps going to be looking at a Frost Nova come across and do a little bit more damage as well? There's the Demon Hunter wandering around again, as the archers are, well, going to see a lot of action once more. All right, here we go, taking a lot of damage here. There's a boulder, there's a Death Coil onto the Beastmaster. Beastmaster gets up to level 2. Big break right there, but a Frost Nova could turn things around, and the Beastmaster falls at level 2. All of a sudden, this Creepjack turns things around. Death Knight now sitting at level 3. There's a mana burn, as the Lich could possibly get a Frost Nova off onto some easy targets again. All right, Frost Nova onto that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter gets a 63-point mana burn, as the Demon Hunter now chasing after that Lich. However, the Death Knight trying his best to get into harm's way, and does do exactly that, as the units are now all just retreating and returning back home. Crypt Fiend could perhaps try to get in onto that engagement as well. Crypt Fiend taking a little bit of damage, but losing that Beastmaster will set him back just a bit. Also losing a handful of archers and some other units, as the Ancient of War tanked a lot of damage as well. 120 in a fairly decent spot right now, sitting at 100 or 40 over 50 supply compared to 36 over 50, and that is with the Beastmaster currently getting resurrected. Back off to the north here, Demon Hunter still wandering back and forth. Lich ready to go, Death Knight ready to go. We do see an Orb of Corruption should be given to the Lich here in just a second. No, not for some reason has not been given to Lich. There you go, finally has it. As you see a bit of -5 damage coming across. Mana burn going to be coming in inside that Death Knight. Death Knight down to 71 or 0 mana after that mana burn there, as the damage is starting to rack up on that Demon Hunter. All right, one Obsidian Statue with plenty of mana. Dryads, however, going to go ahead and join in on this engagement. More attacks still coming across. Mana burn onto the Lich again, as the units are now looking to back off once more. Obsidian Statue should really be the target to get mana burned right now, as the Obsidian Statue is just providing so much benefit for this undead army. Crypt Fiends are being added. Obsidian Statues with Essence of Mana should start to top off that Lich and that Death Knight, allowing for at least some early Death Coils and Frost Novas. However, following it up, the Demon Hunter should be able to mana burn most of that mana off, if not all of it, as long as he maintains the health on his Demon Hunter and doesn't overcommit. All right, there's the mana burn onto the Lich. Death Knight now tries to pick up and does pick up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. We're going to go ahead and try an engagement here, as the Lich is down to 378 hit points. Death Coil, Death Knight should be coming underway. There it is, as the Demon Hunter gets stabbed to preservation back just in time. All right, Beastmaster trying to head back off to the north. A lot of damage being had, as the Demon Hunter does, so Demon Hunter is back at home and the Beastmaster ends up falling. Lich going to take this opportunity to try and clear out a creep camp. Demon Hunter runs back in from the north. Is it going to end up getting Frost Nova? No, Naga Sea Witch does slow things down up a bit with a couple of cold arrows, but the Demon Hunter with that mana burn staying alive once again. All right, more damage coming across. Death Knight does finish off that unit right there, as we do see some Forest Troll, Shadow Priest, and some Forest Trolls. that -5 armor debuff. Mana burn once again. Lich has not been able to get off a decent number of Frost Novas here, as the Demon Hunter now in serious trouble. Will it be able to get away? It is now down to 23 hit points. Mana burned to death. Down to 80 or down to 23 hit points, gets mana burn, took out the Demon Hunter in the process. Death Knight had the Death Coil, but did not use it, as we do see the GG 120 taking the game after a bit of a slow start. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.